Hello and welcome to another episode of Historically Marked, Route 66 edition. I am in Seligman, Arizona, which is known as the birthplace of Route 66. Well, I'll explain more about that. But I am outside the Snowcap Drive-In, and I'm going to be eating there, showing you around there. But I'm mostly going to be talking about the famous Delgadillo family that is widely credited for putting Route 66 back on the map. I'll also be talking with Angel Delgadillo's daughter, Mirna. So it's going to be a great episode, very informative, so stick around. And the door is open, and I'm going to go ahead and step in. Business cards everywhere, photos. I don't know what I have to do to get my business card posted up here. I guess I'll have to ask for Scotch tape or something. Dollar bills. I know this won't be the last time I see dollar bills in the wall. This is the kitchen, and this is what they have to offer. They got a really cool menu. They got tacos, burritos, and they got postcards too. Tip me, baby, one more time. So it is said that Juan Delgadillo had an outrageous sense of humor. He would often trick his customers, and the tradition is being carried on today because, yes, I've been tricked at least twice. Nothing wrong with that. I love places like these, you know, as long as they don't like yell and cuss at me, you know, or call me names like that one hot dog place in Chicago. But yes, like dead chicken, okay. Is it gonna be cooked is the question. Malts, tacos, burritos. I can get a little closer here. All right, so sorry we're drinking. Sorry we're open. Oh, even better. And we walk inside the place, there are a bunch of stickers and more to see. All right, so I got the chili cheese dog, which is what they call the Dodger dog, and then I got these potatoes, and I got a smiley face as part of it. I'll eat it.
No worries.
She is making my butterscotch shake.
She's wanted, so you don't want to take a picture of her.
Oh, yeah.
She is, okay.
She's wanted, yeah.
Come looking for you.
Oh, yeah.
She just recently got married, and she's ditching her husband. Her husband's been looking for her, so.
Okay, I'll definitely keep that in mind. So take a look at this interior. I don't know who that comedy troupe is, but and here's the marker that tells all about it. Delgadillo's Snowcap, Seligman, Arizona. Now this was originally a Route 66 roadside attraction by Hampton Hotels, save a landmark. But in 2019, the Historic Route 66 Association of Arizona replaced it. So Juan Delgadillo built the now famous Snowcap in Seligman, Arizona in 1953 out of scrap lumber. Home of the cheeseburger with cheese and dead chicken. I don't know if that means extra cheese. But Juan had a very different sense of humor. And you can just tell just by walking around the place, and the workers that work here, they have continued on with the tradition, like with the mustard bottle and everything. Let's see. Bulldoggers doing the dirt. I'm a sexy mother trucker. These are public restrooms, by the way, these outhouses. Unless you want to go there. That right there is the patio where you can actually eat and all that. Or you can eat outside too in those colorful chairs. Park at your own risk on 66. And I don't know what this door is. I guess it's the back door, but the sign is pretty cool. It says here, dishwashing, laundering, bathing, and sleeping in restrooms prohibited. Please conserve water. Got it. Here is what they call Juan's Garden, where people can actually eat here too. In loving memory of the Delgadillo family. Sorry, I have a hard time pronouncing that name. Juan is the guy that started this place. He is also known as the clown of Route 66. So it's been almost 20 years since he's passed. Got these nice cars. Well, I don't even want to say nice cars, but old cars. Yeah. And in the back of the garden, by the way, it's a train in the background. They have like a bunch of toilets in the back, like a mannequin sticking out of one of them. Not really quite sure what the whole purpose of this, but hey, I guess it's decoration. Oh, look, a flower pot too. And another outhouse. And just directly across the street, well, straight ahead, is the barbershop and gift shop. Now, Seligman, Arizona advertises itself as the birthplace of Route 66, but that is kind of a half-truth because Route 66 did not start here. Alright, so a little backstory on that one. So in 1985, Route 66 was completely decommissioned by the Federal Highway Association. And this was one of the last towns that was bypassed by Interstate 40. So, and of course this place, well, this whole strip lost a lot of business. But what happened was a barber by the name of Angel Delgadillo, he decided to form the Historic Route 66 Association because he was very, not obsessed, but he had a lot of great enthusiasm for the road. Now, Angel is still alive today. He is 94 years old at the time I do this video. But Angel is known as the father of the Mother Road, well, aside from Cyrus Avery, and the guardian angel of Route 66. It has been said that Angel helped inspire the movie Cars because of his passion for the road. Like, I don't know if you've seen the Disney Pixar film, but it talks about how a town, Radiator Springs, was bypassed by by an interstate highway. That's basically what this place was, or is. So Juan and Angel's brother, Joe, owned this place. This was once an auto body shop, and there was also a small motel built onto the back, but I was just talking to this guy who knew a lot about the family. But Joe passed away a couple years ago at the age of 99. Wow. But if it wasn't for the Delgadillos, there would be no historic Route 66, and somebody else probably would have helped create a movement to make Route 66 a national scenic byway. Now, the Historic Route 66 Association of Arizona was the first one, and like I said, it was put out in 1987 by a small group of people here in Seligman. And then eventually all 8 states had their own Route 66 associations. Yes, even Kansas. In fact, they have 2. But now, because of what's been going on the last 2 years, need I say what it is, but the family's been trying to keep Angel from public sight because they're trying to, quote unquote, keep him alive. But if you want to know what he looks like, this is him right here. You can get a selfie with him. This is the barber shop that Angel still runs, and it's also a gift shop. Oh, look, there's a marker here too. Basically the same stuff I said, but the Cliff Notes version of it is pretty much what I gave you. And a little nice mural to the side of the building. So here's a little timeline about the Delgadillo family. I wish I can show you all of it because, you know, there's so many great details, but I'll see if there's something good I can find. Jerry Seinfeld was here. What? 1999? That was after his show went off the air. Seinfeld, that is. 2005, this was registered to the National Register of Historic Places. And then 2020, it talks about, yep. The tourist business disappears and history seems to repeat itself. You are here, so things are looking up. All right. So I'm inside the gift shop, and this is Historic Angel's Barber Shop. My job is keeping faces clean, and nobody knows just double I've seen. That is another standee of Angel, but yes, this is how people remember him. Really nice to be here. So this is the first store in the world to have Route 66 gear. From Japan. Wow. License plates, shot glasses, what do you call it? Pot holders or dish towels. Patches, socks. I could go on.
There were business cards everywhere. There were picture frames everywhere. People who had been here for the...
It looks clean now.
It's very clean. We're going to make his barbershop into a museum.
Okay.
He has been a barber since 1950.
Okay.
And he was doing straight razor shaves and haircuts up till March 13th of 2020. I
remember that date.
On that day, we had 5 buses here. One from Germany, one from France, one from China, one from Japan, and one from the UK. Angel was in here doing straight razor shaves. He had done 3 on that day. And the pandemic had just kind of hit the world. And at that time, we decided with all these international travelers, it probably would be best if we shut our store down because we did not want to bring the virus to our small community. So that's the last time he did a haircut or shave.
That's almost 2 years ago, too.
It's been almost 2 years ago. March 13th is my mom's birthday. I remember that date very well because it's her birthday. So just a few days ago, Angel, we all took our mask off and decided that it was time to get back to somewhat of a normal life, somewhat of basics. And I asked my dad, I said, well, Dad, what do you think about coming back to do haircuts and shaves? And he says, you know what? He says, I think I'm going to go ahead and retire. I haven't done my profession for 2 years, and I've been enjoying staying home with your mother, Vilma, and I'd like to spend more time with Vilma. So I'm going to go ahead and retire.
Nice.
So we just kind of got it from the horse's mouth, so to say, a couple days ago. However, Angel did say, but I don't want to quit my job. I want to come back. I want to take pictures with people. I want to come visit with people. So he still wants to come in, be an ambassador for Route 66. So he will still be here. So we were going to set up certain times during the day that he's going to come in and he's going to visit with people, and he will still sit in the barber chair or have people sit in the barber chair and take pictures with him. So he's not ready to give this up. He just is going to quit doing haircuts and shaves.
Oh, okay.
At the age of 95.
I was going to say, I mean, I thought, is he 94 or 95?
He's 94. He'll be 95 April 19th. So just, you know, a month away. Yeah, and my mom will be 91 March 13th. Okay. So because of the pandemic, you know, they've been enjoying, you know, my dad used to be here pretty much all day long. At the age of, you know, 93, we would call him on the phone. Dad, there's someone here from Germany who wants a haircut shave. Ride his bike down here, give that man a haircut, give that man a shave. And then someone would walk in the store, a biker or two. Oh, we would like one of those little straight razor shaves. Sure, come on in. So we'd call him in for one haircut, one shave, and then he'd be in here doing 6, 7 haircuts, shave. He was here pretty much all day long. Just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, riding his bike every time we'd call him. Because he says, if that person from Germany or France or Wichita or wherever has planned their trip to come to Route 66 and they've come here to get a haircut or shave, I'm not going to tell them no. So he retired as the town barber in 1996, but he continued to do haircuts and shaves more for PR work for Route 66. Yeah. So from 1996 to 2020, it was more for PR work. So So anyhow, so Angel will still be here. He has no plans to go anywhere. He says, I plan on being here for the 100th anniversary of Route 66. So
Just a few years, or less than, not even that.
Yeah, it's just in a few years. So 2026, you know. So he has his sights set on being here. So he doesn't plan on going anywhere. So people will start seeing him in the barbershop. So right now we're just working on making this more into a museum, telling more history, and that's what our plans are for the future. What motivated him was necessity.
Besides business, you know.
What happened is, Interstate 40 bypassed us in 1978. And they started building the interstate system right after Eisenhower went to Germany and he saw the Autobahn.
Yeah.
But we were fortunate that we were kind of one of the last towns. Williams, Arizona was the last town to be bypassed by the interstate system. We got bypassed in 1978. And the summer before we got bypassed, ADOT did a study. And they found that there were 9,000 cars traveling Route 66 every 24 hours. 9,000 cars. That was the only way to go from east to west, was on Route 66. So those 9,000 cars going through town would stop, eat in our restaurants, stay in our motels, get a haircut, get a shave. And then when they opened up Interstate 40, we went from one day, 9,000 cars, next day, 1, 2, 3. Wow. And the reason for that is not only did the government bypass us, they didn't have mileage signs out on I-40 saying Seligman 20 miles, Seligman 40 miles. So it was like we were forgotten. So people didn't even know Seligman existed. I mean, people thought Seligman was a Shell gas station and the Chevron gas station on I-40.
Uh-oh.
So if you can imagine, one day you have 9,000 cars, the next day you have 3. And that lasted for 10 long years. And people closed their businesses. I worked at the Aztec Motel. They had a Mexican restaurant. They closed their business a couple years, moved to Kingman. A lot of people closed their businesses because, with 3 cars, how can anyone survive? I mean, there's no more tourism. So my dad's first fight with the government is to get mileage signs out on the freeway. So yeah, one day we drove to town and they took a piece of paper and pencil and he wrote down every mileage sign going to Flagstaff, and he wrote down every mileage sign coming back to Seligman on I-40. And there were no mileage signs except one right after Ash Fork saying Seligman was a town. But by that time, people already gassed up, ate, slept either in Williams or Ash Fork because the next mileage sign was Los Angeles, right? So because of not having mileage signs on the freeway, we were missing a lot of tourism. So that was my dad's first fight with the government, to get them to put mileage signs out on the freeway saying that Seligman existed. He did a presentation and he did this big old board, which is archived at Northern Arizona University.
Really?
Yes. And he put where all the mileage signs were. And he did a presentation to the state showing them how they kind of left us out of the loop. And then the state went to work. They put mileage signs on the freeway. And that was his first fight. And then he started calling different people, driving up and down Route 66, talking to different business owners between here and Kingman about an idea he had. And he says, you know what, I have an idea. I think we can bring tourism back to Seligman if we make Route 66 historic, That means the government will have to put Route 66 back on the map. Because, once they decommission a road, they take you off the map.
Oh, yeah.
So that means they'll have to put us back on the map, and they'll have to put signage out on the freeway. So for 10 years, he talked to anyone who would sit in his barber chair or play pool in his pool hall. This was a pool hall.
Oh, I didn't know
It was a
that.
gift shop, yeah. We had 2 8-ball tables and a snooker table, a few games for the kids, foosball and stuff like that. So, he finally, 10 years later, called a meeting, and at that meeting, he and 15 other people, a few people from Seligman, people from Truxton, Peach Springs, yes, yeah, Kingman, formed the historic Route 66 Association of Arizona. And that was the first association to give Route 66 its rebirth. It was a grassroots organization. So they formed the association, and they assessed themselves $10, and the association headquarters were housed in our pool hall.
Wow.
Yes, so little by little, people started getting off the freeway and coming into Seligman and talking to my dad, and my dad and my mom would talk to them about Route 66 and how they wanted to make it a historic highway and how they wanted to preserve the road, and little by little, people started coming in and asking, well, where can we get a hat with Route 66, or where can we get a t-shirt? And for the first year, they sold product with Route 66 on it, and every dime they made off a Route 66 product, when they didn't have 2 dimes to rub together, they sent a check to the association's bank. So they put their money where their mouth was. You know, they really did. And then after a while, one of the other founders of the association, Jerry Richards, came in one day and said, Angel, he was excited, I can get P.O. Box 66 in Kingman, Arizona. I have someone who wants to donate part of their office space for our association headquarters, and I have 3 gals who want to volunteer their help. So the association headquarters were moved to Kingman. And then my mom and dad started selling product for themselves. And that's why this store is known to be the original Route 66 gift shop. This is the first store in the world to sell anything with Route 66 on it. It began right here in our pool hall. Yes. Little by little, the pool tables went out, more Route 66 merchandise came in, and our pool hall was gone, and the Route 66 gift shop was in.
Excellent.
And my mom and dad have been running their gift shop now for over 35 years.
I was going to say, it's been quite 3 decades.
Yes, so for over 35 years. And because of what Angel did, the phone started ringing off the hook, and other states, New Mexico, Angel, how'd you make your portion of Route 66 historic? California, Angel, how'd you do it? All the other states started calling, asking him how he was able to do it. So then they followed his lead, and all the other states made their portion of Route 66 historic as well. And to date, he has been interviewed over 3,000 times.
Oh, I believe
national and international. And one of his great interviews was John Lasseter from the animated movie Cars. John Lasseter came here with a crew from Pixar, and they interviewed my dad, and my dad told them the story of how everything happened. They took the story back to Pixar, and they put the animation to his story. And if you look at the DVD, under the bonus features, under inspiration, John Lasseter says this is the closest to Radiator Springs you're getting. So that's kind of our little story in it.
All right, thanks so much for tuning into this episode of Historically Marked. Special Route 66 edition. It was great chatting with Mirna, and she told us so much about her famous father. So hope you learned some Route 66 history here in Seligman, Arizona, that is somewhat known as the rebirth or the birthplace of Route 66. So, all right, I'm Jason in Seligman, signing off.